I'm making my cookie butter coffee cones, which are big mounds of ice cream drenched in melted chocolate and rolled in crunchy speculoos cookies. I can't wait to eat these. To start, I'm gonna melt my chocolate. I've got some semi-sweet chocolate chips here, and I'm gonna melt them in a double boiler. So I want 2 cups of chocolate, and I'm also gonna melt it with a 1/4 cup of coconut oil, which is gonna give it a nicer, smoother texture. And I'm using refined here because I don't want the coconutty flavor, but if you do want the coconutty flavor, use unrefined. And I'll stir this until it's smooth and melted. This chocolate is smooth and glossy and melted. I'll get it off of the heat. I've got my sugar cones and my pretty little holsters that I made with some glasses and some of my spare sprinkles that were lying around. But you could also use rice or dried beans or just a sturdy glass. And these will help the cones stay upright while I'm assembling. And it's a pretty serving presentation, if I do say so myself. The best bite at the end of a sundae cone is when you get to the bottom and you're kind of sad that you're almost done with it, but then you realize that it's filled with chocolate. So that is an important part of this recipe. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of chocolate to the bottom of each of these cones. And I just love the way that chocolate firms up and it's snappy chocolate covered in that crunchy cone. This is definitely one of the more delightful bites in this world. Okay, so then the rest of this chocolate is gonna be used to dunk the cones once I've got the ice cream on. Before adding ice cream, I'm gonna spread the inside of the cone with cookie butter, which is this delightful cinnamony spread inspired by those speculoos cookies that you get on airplanes. Here I go. I'm just gonna use my small offset spatula and add a thick layer of spread all around the inside of the cone. This is so satisfying and fun. It is taking all of my power not to eat this cookie butter right now, but it's gonna be so good with the ice cream. I've got my coffee ice cream, which I've softened in the fridge to make it easier to work with. And I'll just use my offset spatula to fill up these little guys. Okay, so I have the ice cream almost filled to the top, and now I'm gonna add another layer of cookie butter. And now I'm gonna add 1 big round scoop on top. Just like that. And I'll continue filling these and then I'll stick them in the freezer to firm up. These are good and frozen and my chocolate is still melty, but it's not hot. I don't want it to be hot and melt my ice cream. So I'll grab a cone and I'll dunk it in chocolate. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. And then before it hardens, I'm going to get it into the cookies. I smashed up some store-bought speculoos cookies for a cinnamony crunch. Just like that. And now I'll do the same thing with my sprinkles. How could you not be so happy looking at this? And I'll just finish these off with cookies and sprinkles. Okay, they're dressed in their costumes and ready for their warm-up into my mouth. That snappy chocolate shell and those crisp cinnamony cookies are a perfect pair. 10 out of 10.